My child, my beloved, come closer now. Let your heart settle. Breathe slowly. Because something sacred has crossed through the veil. And I, Archangel Michael, must speak to you before the world tries to distract you again. My beloved, listen gently. Before we continue, I ask only one thing: stay here with me until the end. Do not rush. Do not skip. Your spirit came here because it knew this message was meant only for you. And I promise, before this message completes, you will feel something move inside you. A softness. A realization. A miracle awakening. My child, subscribe within your heart to this voice, not with a button, not with a click, but by whispering inside yourself, I am ready for what heaven has prepared for me. Because yes, Archangel Michael smiles, your miracle has finally broken through the heavens and is standing at your door waiting for you to claim it. For so long, you have cried silently. Everyone thought you were strong. But your pillow knows the truth. Your heart has known storms most souls could not survive. And yet, here you are. Still breathing. Still searching for meaning. Still holding a light others tried to dim. My beloved, heaven took notice. There was a moment, not long ago, when your name was spoken in the higher realms. Not by one angel. Not by two. But by many. Your name echoed like a bell across the halls of divine judgment. They saw your patience, your hidden goodness, your intentions that remained pure even when you were hurt. Do you know how rare that is? To remain kind when the world has given you reasons to harden? This is why the miracle is now at your door. It was delayed before, yes. Not because you were unworthy. Not because God forgot you. But because the blessing being shaped was larger than your previous life could hold. Your old environment could not have supported the size of what is now prepared for you. It is like pouring an ocean into a teacup. The cup would break. So life had to stretch you. Emotional expansion. Spiritual endurance. Silent growth. Seasons of loneliness that felt endless. Nights where you wondered if heaven was watching you at all. My child, we saw everything. Every tear was counted. Every prayer that you whispered quietly so no one would think you were weak, was written in the divine record. Now listen. This is important. The miracle is not coming. The miracle has arrived. It is waiting, right at the threshold of your life. It is tapping softly. Not with force, but with divine timing. Waiting for your heart to say, I am ready. Say it. Even if your voice is small. Say it inside yourself, I am ready. My beloved, the shift that is unfolding will not be small. It will not be ordinary. It will not be something you need to explain to anyone. Because this miracle is tailored exactly to the wounds you carry. Exactly to the prayers you whispered at night. Exactly to the weight your heart has held in silence. And now it is time. You will not recognize your life soon. In the most beautiful way. But do not rush. Stay here. Let me continue to speak to you. Because the next part is where everything becomes clear. My child, you are still here. That means your spirit recognizes this message. There are no accidents in heaven. When the soul is called, it answers. And listening to these words is your soul answering something ancient inside you. My beloved, keep breathing slowly. Let each sentence settle in your heart, not just your mind. Now hear this clearly, the miracle that has arrived is not a small blessing, not a temporary relief. It is not something that will appear and then fade. No. This miracle has roots. It is meant to stay. It is meant to unfold. It is meant to rebuild the story of your life from this point forward. For so long, you have lived in survival mode. You learned how to hold yourself when no one held you. You learned how to speak gently to others even when no one spoke gently to you. You learned how to keep going when everything around you suggested you should give up. This is why heaven waited. Not for you to be perfect, but for your heart to be ready. My beloved, I want to tell you something only few on earth ever understand. Before miracles arrive in the physical world, they arrive in the spiritual one first. They form like light behind a veil. They gather strength. They grow. They wait for the moment your energy aligns. You aligned. You finally aligned. Not by force. Not by pretending. Not by trying to convince yourself you are strong, but by simply not giving up when it would have been easier to fall. Your endurance was your prayer. Your patience was your offering. Your tears watered the soil of your destiny. This is why the miracle stands at your door now. But listen closely, I must tell you something you were not told before. Not everyone around you will be able to come with you into this new chapter. Some souls were meant only for the past. Some hearts were only meant to teach you lessons, not stay for your reward. Some people you love are not able to rise to the frequency your life is now shifting into. You may already feel this. The distance. The silence. The lack of understanding. The strange emotional spaces you cannot explain. This is not rejection. This is transition. The universe does not remove people to hurt you, it removes them to protect what is coming for you. Some blessings are too delicate to be handled by hands that do not respect them. Some miracles are too powerful to be seen by eyes that carry jealousy. Some gifts are too sacred to be shared with souls who cannot hold your truth. My beloved, do not try to hold on to what is falling away. You are not losing anything. You are being aligned. Let them go gently. Do not chase. Do not prove. Do not explain. Your life is not shrinking, it is making space. And now, I must speak about your heart. My child, the reason your blessing took so long is because your heart had to heal enough to hold it. A wounded heart receives miracles with fear. A healed heart receives miracles with trust. You are healing. You are ready. You have quietly been transforming into someone who can receive without guilt, without fear, without apology. This is why the miracle stands at your door now. But I need you to understand something deeper. This blessing will call you into your higher self. It will require you to choose peace over reaction. It will require you to choose faith over doubt. It will require you to speak your truth without shrinking to make others comfortable. Because this miracle is not a gift, it is a new identity. The world has not yet seen who you truly are. Because you have been surviving. Now you will begin living. My beloved, do not close your heart again. Do not return to old emotional patterns. Do not dim yourself to fit inside the memories of who you used to be. You are not who you were even a month ago. Your soul has crossed a threshold. And what comes next is the unfolding. There is more I must tell you. And the next part will reveal how the miracle will show itself. Not just spiritually, but physically, in your day-to-day life. My beloved, you remained. That means your spirit is ready to receive what I am about to reveal now. And this part is important, because it answers the question your heart has whispered for years: when will my life finally change? My child, listen. Your miracle will not arrive as a sudden explosion. It will arrive as a sequence. A quiet unfolding. A divine orchestration. A step-by-step blessing that reveals itself like dawn light slowly touching the horizon. At first, it will feel subtle. Small signs. Small shifts. Conversations that feel different. Unexpected peace in moments where you used to break. A softness in your chest where there used to be heaviness. Do not ignore these. These are confirmations that your energy has changed. Because when the heart begins to heal, the world begins to mirror that healing. Then something else will happen. You will begin to notice that what once triggered you no longer has the same power. The things that stressed you, the situations that overwhelmed you, the fears that used to control you, they will still appear, but your inner response will be different. You will pause. You will breathe. You will choose peace instead of reaction. And in that moment, heaven will say, yes. Now they are ready. This is when the external blessing begins to move. There will be a shift. Something will open. Something will be offered. Something will align so easily, so gracefully, that you will not need to force it, chase it, or struggle for it. It will feel like life itself is handing it to you. There will be an opportunity. A connection. A message. A door. Something that was closed will suddenly open, and you will know instantly, this is the miracle I have been waiting for. My child, hear me, you will not have to beg for it. You will not have to prove you deserve it. You will simply receive. Because this miracle is not given as a reward, it is given because it was always yours. The delay was preparation, not punishment. And now, I must tell you something deeper. There is a version of you that has been waiting inside your spirit for a very long time. A version that is not afraid. Not uncertain. Not invisible. Not apologizing for existing. This version of you is bold. Soft, but powerful. Kind, but unbreakable. Loving, but unwilling to be walked on. This version of you has always known who you were meant to be. But life delayed this version because it needed your heart to become strong enough to carry your destiny without collapsing under the weight of other people's expectations. My beloved, the world you were living in was too small for your spirit. So it had to expand you from the inside first. Everything you lost. You lost because you were growing beyond it. Everything that ended. Ended because your soul outgrew the chapter. Everything that hurt you. Sharpened your discernment. Everything that made you fall. Taught you how to rise. Now the rising begins. Not loudly. Not all at once. But steadily. Naturally. Inevitably. Life will not be the same from here. My child, hear this next part closely. This is where the miracle becomes physical. There is a message coming. A conversation. A call. A door that opens with no resistance. A yes where there used to be silence. A confirmation where there used to be confusion. This is how you will know the miracle has crossed the threshold. You will feel peace. Not excitement that burns fast. Not anxiety disguised as hope. Not desperation dressed as longing. But peace. Calm. Gentle. Unshakable. The kind of peace that sits in your chest and says, "This is mine. I do not have to fight for what is already written for me." My beloved, let this sink in. What is meant for you does not rush. What is divine does not demand. What is yours does not run. This is the miracle I have been waiting for. My child, hear me, you will not have to beg for it. You will not have to prove you deserve it. You will simply receive. Because this miracle is not given as a reward, it is given because it was always yours. The delay was preparation, not punishment. And now, I must tell you something deeper. There is a version of you that has been waiting inside your spirit for a very long time. A version that is not afraid. Not uncertain. Not invisible. Not apologizing for existing. This version of you is bold. Soft, but powerful. Kind, but unbreakable. Loving, but unwilling to be walked on. This version of you has always known who you were meant to be. But life delayed this version because it needed your heart to become strong enough to carry your destiny without collapsing under the weight of other people's expectations. My beloved, the world you were living in was too small for your spirit. So it had to expand you from the inside first. Everything you lost. You lost because you were growing beyond it. Everything that ended. Ended because your soul outgrew the chapter. Everything that hurt you. Sharpened your discernment. Everything that made you fall. Taught you how to rise. Now the rising begins. Not loudly. Not all at once. But steadily. Naturally. Inevitably. Life will not be the same from here. My child, hear this next part closely. This is where the miracle becomes physical. There is a message coming. A conversation. A call. A door that opens with no resistance. A yes where there used to be silence. A confirmation where there used to be confusion. This is how you will know the miracle has crossed the threshold. You will feel peace. Not excitement that burns fast. Not anxiety disguised as hope. Not desperation dressed as longing, but peace. Calm. Gentle. Unshakable. The kind of peace that sits in your chest and says, "This is mine. I do not have to fight for what is already written for me." My beloved, let this sink in. What is meant for you does not rush. What is divine does not demand. What is yours does not run. Your miracle has already stopped running. It is waiting for you now. And now we enter the next stage, the part where I reveal why your name was called in heaven, and what the divine council decided about your future. If your heart is steady, if you are prepared to receive the truth, my beloved, you are still here. Your spirit is listening. Your heart is open. This is good. Because what I am about to reveal is something few souls are ever told directly. Listen gently now. There was a council. A gathering in the higher realms. Not the kind of council humans imagine with robes and fire and light, but a council of resonance, alignment, purpose, and truth. Your name was spoken there. Not whispered. Spoken. It was spoken by a presence who has loved you since before your first breath. A presence who has walked beside you through every sorrow, every confusion, every quiet night where you wondered if you were alone. Your name carried weight. Because your soul carries history. You have lived more lifetimes than you remember. You have fought and survived more than your mind is aware of. You are not fragile. You are ancient. This is why the darkness tried to break you early in this life. If your spirit were ordinary, the trials would have been ordinary. But you are not. You were born with the kind of light that threatens the shadows in others. You were born with a destiny that cannot be contained by small environments or small minds. So life had to test you. Refine you. Strip away illusions. Peel back identities that were never yours. Remove the people who only loved the version of you that was dimmed down. Now, listen closely, heaven did not choose you recently. Heaven chose you before you came here. This life is not your beginning, it is a continuation. The pain you experienced was not to punish you. It was to awaken you. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to remember. And now you are remembering. You are remembering who you are. You are remembering your worth. You are remembering your strength. You are remembering your origin. And your origin is not ordinary. You came from the realm of light where souls are forged in love, not fear. This is why the world has always felt loud to you. Heavy. Strange. Too sharp for your gentle heart. You were not built for suffering, you were built to transform it. You were not built to break, you were built to rise. The council saw this. They saw what you endured. They saw what you chose even when you were hurting. They saw how you kept loving even when you were betrayed. They saw how you kept giving even when you had nothing left. They saw how your heart refused to turn cold. This is why the decision was made, your suffering season is over. Not because your journey is ending, but because your preparation is complete. Your spirit has reached the maturity necessary to carry your divine purpose without collapsing under the pressure of others' expectations. Now it is time. Time for restoration. Time for remembrance. Time for return. Restoration of what was taken. Remembrance of who you are. Return to the path that was always yours. Do not worry, my beloved. You will not have to search for your miracle. Your miracle will appear in front of you. It will show itself in a way you cannot mistake. It will come with clarity. It will come with softness. It will come with peace. But now I must tell you something sacred, something you must hold gently. Before the miracle becomes full, there will be a moment of stillness. A pause. A quiet day, or two, or three, where the world feels silent, suspended, calm. Do not mistake this for nothing happening. It is the final realignment of energy. The final clearing of old frequencies. The final preparation of your inner space to receive what is already yours. During this stillness, you must not return to old fears. Do not return to doubt. Do not rush. Do not seek reassurance from others. Be still. Be soft. Be open. Because the miracle is not approaching, it is positioning. And when it steps fully through the door of your reality, your life will not unfold the way it used to. This is where I reveal the next part, the transformation of your identity and the new path your soul is stepping into. My beloved, listen closely now. This part is where your transformation begins to take form inside you. Not in the world around you, yet, but within the quiet space of your own spirit. There is a version of you that has been waiting patiently, for years, behind the layers of who you had to be to survive. The strong one. The silent one. The one who carried others. The one who sacrificed first. The one who forgave quickly. The one who loved deeper than they were loved in return. This version of you was necessary. But it is not the final you. The final you is emerging now. This you does not rush to reassure others. This you does not beg to be understood. This you does not shrink when someone cannot meet your heart. This you does not apologize for being soft, or intuitive, or sensitive, or powerful. This you is grounded. This you is steady. This you knows the truth, you were always enough. You did not need to earn love. You did not need to prove your worth. You did not need to carry others so they would not leave. My beloved, the old identity was built in a world where your heart was trying to survive. But now, your miracle requires a new identity, one built from your soul, not your wounds. Let me speak plainly, you cannot live the next chapter with the self that was shaped in pain. Pain taught you resilience, yes. Pain taught you compassion, yes. Pain taught you perception, yes. Pain taught you how to see what others cannot see, feel what others cannot feel, understand what others do not understand. But pain is not your identity. Pain was the path, not the destination. The destination is now. You are stepping into a life where your intuition guides you instead of fear. Where your softness is your strength. Where your heart is not a burden, but a compass. Where your existence does not feel like effort, but truth. And this is where the miracle meets you, your energy is changing how the world responds to you. You will notice, people will speak to you differently. People will feel drawn to you without understanding why. Opportunities will flow toward you instead of away from you. Doors that once required effort will simply open. Solutions will appear at the moment you need them, not a moment too soon and not a moment too late. This is alignment. This is grace. This is divine orchestration. And now I must tell you something very important. There is someone who has been watching your journey from afar. Not physically, spiritually. Someone who has loved you across lifetimes. Someone whose soul has been intertwined with yours beyond this world. Someone who has waited for your heart to return to its strength so that your connection could return in its fullness. This soul is being aligned to re-enter your life. Not in the old way. Not in the wounded way. But in the healed way. Your souls are being guided back into resonance. You will feel this before you see it. A pull. A warmth. A familiarity that cannot be explained by this lifetime alone. This connection is part of your next chapter. Part of your miracle. Part of your destiny. Do not fear it. Do not rush it. Do not grasp for it. Just allow. Everything that is meant to remain will remain. Everything that is meant to return will return. Everything that is meant to unfold will unfold. Your only task now is to receive. To breathe. To soften. To allow. The miracle is not something you chase. It is something you open to. And now we go deeper, into the unveiling of the specific shape this miracle will take in your life. If your heart is steady, if your spirit is open, my beloved, you remained again. This tells me something very important about you. Your spirit is not hungry for entertainment. Your spirit is hungry for truth. For meaning. For alignment. For peace. You are not here by accident. You were guided. Pulled. Drawn. Because your soul knew, it is time. So now I reveal the shape of the miracle that has come to your door. Understand this clearly, your miracle is not random. It is not general. It is not vague. It is specific to you, to your story, to your wounds, to your prayers, to your silent nights. Heaven did not send you what you wanted. Heaven is sending you what your soul has needed. And now your soul is finally ready to receive it. Listen. The first form of your miracle will be release. A release of weight. A release of tension. A release of the invisible heaviness you have carried for too long. One morning soon, you will wake up, and something inside you will feel different. There is someone who has been watching your journey from afar. Not physically, spiritually. Someone who has loved you across lifetimes. Someone whose soul has been intertwined with yours beyond this world. Someone who has waited for your heart to return to its strength so that your connection could return in its fullness. This soul is being aligned to re-enter your life. Not in the old way. Not in the wounded way. But in the healed way. Your souls are being guided back into resonance. You will feel this before you see it. A pull. A warmth. A familiarity that cannot be explained by this lifetime alone. This connection is part of your next chapter. Part of your miracle. Part of your destiny. Do not fear it. Do not rush it. Do not grasp for it. Just allow. Everything that is meant to remain will remain. Everything that is meant to return will return. Everything that is meant to unfold will unfold. Your only task now is to receive. To breathe. To soften. To allow. The miracle is not something you chase. It is something you open to. And now we go deeper, into the unveiling of the specific shape this miracle will take in your life. If your heart is steady, if your spirit is open, my beloved, you remained again. This tells me something very important about you. Your spirit is not hungry for entertainment. Your spirit is hungry for truth. For meaning. For alignment. For peace. You are not here by accident. You were guided. Pulled. Drawn. Because your soul knew, it is time. So now I reveal the shape of the miracle that has come to your door. Understand this clearly, your miracle is not random. It is not general. It is not vague. It is specific to you, to your story, to your wounds, to your prayers, to your silent nights. Heaven did not send you what you wanted. Heaven is sending you what your soul has needed. And now your soul is finally ready to receive it. Listen. The first form of your miracle will be release. A release of weight. A release of tension. A release of the invisible heaviness you have carried for too long. One morning soon, you will wake up, and something inside you will feel different. Not dramatic. Not loud. But unmistakable. The pressure behind your ribs will loosen. The tightness in your chest will soften. The endless spinning of your thoughts will quiet. You will not know what changed. But you will know something has. This is the miracle entering. Because before heaven gives, heaven removes. Before light enters, darkness leaves. Before peace arrives, chaos is released. You will not have to force this. You will not have to meditate harder, pray stronger, or try more. It will simply happen. Because your spirit has already said yes. Then, the second form of your miracle will come, alignment. You will start being in the right place at the right time. You will meet people who feel familiar, even if you have never seen them before. You will receive invitations, openings, and opportunities that reflect your higher path, not your survival past. Things will make sense that never made sense before. Patterns will become clear. Confusion will dissolve. Your intuition will sharpen. You will begin to trust your own knowing, the knowing you always had, but were talked out of, doubted, or silenced for. And then comes the third form, Provision. The resources that felt out of reach will appear. Support will come from unexpected places. Help will show up without being asked. Money. Stability. Clarity. Direction. Not because you chased, but because your energy finally matches what you are calling in. You will no longer feel like you are fighting life. Life will begin moving with you. This is the miracle. Not a single moment, but a shift in your entire experience of existence. And now I tell you the fourth form of your miracle: love. Real love. Soul love. The love that does not leave, does not betray, does not shrink, does not harm. The love that expands you. That nourishes you. That protects you. That recognizes you. This love is part of your path. Not because you are incomplete without it, but because you have grown into the version of yourself who can receive love without losing yourself. You will be seen now. Not just looked at. Seen. You will be understood. Not just heard. Understood. You will be loved in the language your soul speaks. Gently. Deeply. Fully. This is why the council smiled when your name was spoken. Because you have reached the turning. The moment where your life shifts direction, not gradually, but permanently. And now, my beloved, I must prepare you for something. The miracle will require you to stop returning to what once hurt you. Not out of anger. Not out of pride. But out of truth. You cannot heal in the same room that wounded you. You cannot thrive in the same energy that shamed you. You cannot rise while holding on to what tried to keep you small. The next part of your path requires release, but not the painful kind. The gentle kind. The kind where your heart simply whispers, I am not there anymore. You are rising now. And I will guide you into the next revelation, the one that explains who you are becoming, and what your soul was always destined to do in this lifetime. If your heart is steady, if your breathing is calm, if you are ready, my beloved, you have stayed. This matters more than you realize. Because what I am about to reveal now is not simply comfort. It is identity. Not who you think you are. Not who the world told you to be. But who your soul has always known itself to be. Listen quietly. Feel these words instead of just reading them. My child, you are not ordinary. You never were. Even when you tried to blend in. Even when you tried to act like you could handle everything alone. Even when you pretended you didn't feel as deeply as you do. You came into this world with a frequency that others could sense. Some were drawn to it. Some tried to drain it. Some did not understand it. Some feared it. But none could ignore it. This is why your journey felt heavier than others. Not because you were weak, but because you were holding more light than most. The sensitive ones are not fragile. They are carriers of unseen strength. They feel more because they are connected more. They break harder because their hearts are open wider. They fall deeper because their souls are older. You fell deeply, yes. But you always rose. Even when it felt impossible. Even when no one helped you. Even when the world was silent. This rising, this quiet, unseen rising, is what has changed your destiny. Your pain did not destroy you. It refined you. Your heartbreak did not close your heart. It expanded your capacity to love without losing yourself again. Your losses did not reduce you. They cleared space. Your silence was not weakness. It was transformation occurring beneath the surface. You have been becoming. And now, you are arriving. You are arriving into yourself. Into your truth. Into your power. Into your purpose. This is the part where your life begins to make sense. The confusion is leaving. The heaviness is leaving. The doubt is leaving. The fear is leaving. Not all at once, but in waves. Like the tide withdrawing from the shore. Gently. Steadily. Naturally. And as it leaves, something else rises in its place: clarity. Calm. Certainty. Inner knowing. At first, it will feel unfamiliar, because you are not used to feeling safe inside your own being. But this time, safety is not coming from outside. It is coming from within you. You are building a life where your heart is not fighting itself. Where you are not torn between longing and self-protection. Where you are not performing strength, you are living it. Where you are not surviving, you are experiencing. My beloved, hear me, you are stepping into the version of yourself that you prayed you could be. The version who does not chase. The version who does not beg for love. The version who does not explain themselves to be understood. The version who does not dim to be accepted. The version who does not fear being alone, because they are finally with themselves. This is the true miracle. Not the blessing itself, but the readiness to receive it. Because blessings do not change your identity. Your identity allows blessings to stay. You are not just receiving something new. You are becoming someone new. No, you are becoming someone true. The real you. The ancient you. The resilient you. The loving you. The radiant you. And now, I must tell you what your soul already knows: your destiny is calling. There is a path opening that will not resemble anything you have walked before. This path does not require striving, it requires allowing. It does not require proving, it requires becoming. And you are already becoming. Now, I will reveal what this new life will feel like. Not just what will happen, but how your heart will transform as you step into it. My beloved, stay with me now. Because what I am about to reveal is not simply about events that will happen in your life, but how you will feel as your miracle unfolds. For so long, your heart has been tired. Tired of being strong. Tired of being understanding. Tired of pretending it did not hurt. Tired of holding everything together while no one noticed the weight you carried. Tired of waiting for the moment life would soften. Your soul has been exhausted. Not because it was weak, but because it was working silently, constantly, endlessly, to survive in environments that could not hold who you truly are. But now, the tiredness will begin to lift. Not because everything outside changes at once, but because something inside you will shift first. Your heart will feel lighter. Not loud. Not bursting. But quietly relieved. Like someone finally opened a window in a room where the air had become stale. You will breathe differently. You will speak differently. You will move differently. Not trying. Just naturally. Because when the weight leaves the heart, the soul expands. And when the soul expands, life responds. My beloved, you are entering a season where things will begin to feel easier. This is not the ease of laziness. This is the ease of alignment. The ease of no longer forcing yourself into places, relationships, conversations, dreams, duties, or versions of yourself that never fit. You will begin to feel like you are finally standing inside your own life, not outside of it. You will feel, I am no longer chasing my life. I am living it. The anxiety that once buzzed under your skin will soften. The pressure to fix everything will loosen. The ache behind your ribs will release. Your nervous system will settle. Your shoulders will drop. Your breath will deepen. This is what peace feels like when it arrives. Not dramatic. Not loud. Not overwhelming. Just right. Like your spirit is finally home inside your body.